Welcome to the fifth lecture on the course Industrial Engineering and Operations Research. Now, till now we have discussed what do we mean by industrial engineering and operations research. We also provided some exposure to production planning and control, very introductory lecture, and we also discussed product design. Product design we discussed in somewhat detail, and today I am going to discuss what are various production methods. In particular, we will talk about job, batch and flow production methods. So, let us say what do we mean by job production. So, job production means that you have been given some job and you have to make it. Okay, I may have to make, maybe it may be one time activity. Suppose somebody has given us a job to make some special type of aircraft, that is my target, and it may be very expensive. I am focusing on that. That is called job production. So, definition is that producing customized products per client's specifications. That means client has already given job, accordingly I am making. It is not done in the bulk, etc. That means I am making 500 pieces of the same type of things. That is not. Example is that furniture. You know, somebody has given very special furniture for marriage anniversary, etc. that they have given this should be this one, and this maybe bedding should have some other features also, something, some box in the bottom so that some objects can be put. Many things people can do this as per their required. Somebody may say that in my bed there should be peacock should be made on the side. So, such type of requirements people can give, and then it becomes very specific type of job. So, that is why it is called job production. So, furniture is one such example, but we can have custom machinery, that somebody is doing some special type of job, and for that he may need a special type of machinery. That machinery should be able to do that type of job. Similarly, many of the artwork, suppose artistic quantity, you have to do some decoration, you may have to do interior decoration, those type of things are called job production. What are its characteristics? Job production is highly flexible. There is a flexibility, that means one can orient, one can change according to the customer requirement. Design modification can be easily done. But another characteristic is that for this skilled labor is required, because there is no precedence. Maybe the job, you are making the job for the first time, you are putting a special feature, there is no template. Suppose you are making a double bed, but in double bed that person needs a special type of features. This should be designed, and maybe you know that there should be different type of size. Then there may be some on the cover, there may be some pictures of some animals, etc., those type of things. So, if this type of thing I have to do, I may not be having previous data. So, person who makes that, he should be able to understand the requirement of the customer and then make accordingly. So, therefore, labor should be very skilled. Another thing is that longer production time, because you are generally making it for the first time and as per the specification. So, again there are no crisp standard that how it should be done, in what way it should be done, how much time it will take. Those type of standards may not be there. So, therefore, naturally it will take longer production time. You cannot make much jigs and fixture just for one object. You may not make fixtures, etc. It may not be very economical. So, that is why it will require longer production time. So, I can give some example. We will do simple mathematics only to understand it better, or rather to internalize this concept. So, let us say job production is this one. A custom machine costs $100 per hour to produce. So, generally in the job production, sometimes you may give the money by per hour wise also. Like sometimes in our house, if we make a furniture, we engage a carpenter and we pay to the carpenter per hour basis, whatever that cost come. Even costing is not done beforehand properly, means some estimate may be there, but precisely it may not be known, because once he starts making, then he will face difficulties that okay, this is not happening, this is that type of thing, first time it is being made. So, that is why that usually in those situations people give per hour basis. So, suppose a custom machine, that means as per customer's requirement you are making machine and it takes $100 to produce and labor hours required are 250, then what is the production cost you estimate? So, solution is cost is equal to labor rate into hours, that means 100 into 250 is equal to $25,000. Okay. So, like that you can do some costing on job production. If you want to make a special type of a house also, very special type of thing which we should have many features, maybe different type of ventilation, maybe you want to make some green building, maybe some features of some type of house and some features modern house, that mixture type of house you want to make, then naturally it becomes a job production. You may engage some mason and you may give that money on a hourly basis to that person, or you may employ some engineer to supervise, you may employ some architect, but you may do that, make a very special type of house also. This can become a job production. I am just giving one example of a job production from IIT Guwahati, that in the design department this student, okay, Mr. Prabhas, he decided to make this one, that this dragon type of thing. He wanted to make a dragon, okay, which has become a very special type of item. Actually, he wanted to make a dinosaur, but finally it has come like a dragon. And he made each and everything, you know, that after as a part of BTP, and then after that he extended that project, BDES project basically, and then he has done each and everything. So, you can see that there is a skeleton inside that structure, that is frame is made of that steel rods, and on top of that things like thermocol and some cement etc. have been used, and Fevicol for joining something like that. This type of object has been made, and after that some painting has been done. So, through this example you can understand even the characteristic of the job production. As we said that highly flexible, okay, of course he has flexibility. When we said that easily you change this, you make the tail like this, he could easily do that, some changes he could do that, but skilled labor required. That means the person who made, naturally he has to be skilled, and then longer production time. Of course he took more time, okay, because he was doing things alone. So, these things are there, but the job production can be this can be one example. Okay. So, we are now going to discuss another type of production method, that is batch production. Okay. Here we do not make one job, but we make a batch of job, okay, together. That suppose in batch production example can be also there, that lot of examples can be given, we will discuss that. But first definition: producing a set quantity of identical items in batches. Okay. So, you make that identical items, but batches, maybe 10 items you have to make, maybe 50 items you have to make, maybe 50 similar houses you have to make. That can also be considered as a batch production, and then you will sell those houses to needy customers. Okay. So, that means that is becomes a batch production. So, example is that here clothing, sometimes we make the clothing T-shirt sizes. You might have seen that T-shirt size 40, 38, 36, 42, 44, like that they give the numbers. You have to choose that between that. So, some flexibility is lost, you have to do that. Similarly, in the shoes also, shoes can also be example of the batch production. In batches they make, suppose Bata shoe is there, so Bata is making in batch. So 8 number shoe, 7 number shoe, 6 number shoe, 9 number shoe, and you go to the shoe shop and you can choose, but among those options only, whether 7 number fits you or 8 number fits you, that you have to do that. If you say no, I need 7.5 number, then the salesman will say, sorry sir, 7.5 number is not with us, we can give only 7 number or 8 number. Similarly, bakery products, many bakery products are made as per in batches. They say one type, suppose pineapple flavor, now he makes the pineapple flavor maybe about say 5,000 pieces, and then another pieces will be of different type of things. So what are the characteristics? It has got medium flexibility. Like suppose you want to choose a t-shirt, there is some flexibility. You can take 40 number or you can take 41 number, 42 number, but you cannot take as per your wishes that you need 40.1 number shirt or something, that will not be available. So some flexibility is there. In the shoes also, he will show maybe about 20 shoes. You can choose one out of those whichever you like, but you cannot say, suppose you say you need the same type of design, but you need a color of different type. This is not possible, okay, that he will say, no sir, in this design only these 2 colors come. Those type of restrictions he will naturally put. So that is why there is some choice of selecting this thing, but otherwise there is some rigidity also. So that's why we are telling that this is medium flexible. Then economies of scale, that because you are making many products together, so therefore it may be economical. Suppose you make one house, you have to spend a lot of cost, because you know that in fact lot of cost you have to pay. Architect will design that, this one architect will also take the fee, but if you make the 50 houses, then architect's design is same for all those 50 houses. So the cost of architect gets divided among the 50 houses, is it not? Architect had charged you suppose 4 lakh rupees, earlier for one house one owner will give 4 lakh, now 50 people have come together that they said that they will be paying. So that's why that it can be like that. So it can be 4 lakh can be divided among 50 persons, okay. That 4 lakh money, if you divided among the this one, so maybe per head it can be only 8,000 rupees for architect's fee. So lot of advantage you get because of the scaling of the production. And then idle time between, but there is some idle time between batches. That means suppose one batch, one type of house has been made, then after that you are waiting for, suppose one type of house means it may be 2 BHK, 2 BHK is complete, then now 3 BHK batch will start, but in between you may have some idle time because settings have to be changed and something has to be done. So batch production scenario, let us see that what happens in batch production. So production setup cost suppose is 2000, that means setting up the things, everything arranging properly. Setup cost is a one type of thing, it is not dependent on the quantity. Say for example, I want to make 50 houses of the same type, so architect's cost can be included in the setup cost because he will make the drawing and which will be common for this one. And cost per unit is separate, this is proportional to the number of unit, per unit $50, and suppose batch size is 500 unit. So question is, what is the total production cost per unit? Then its solution is that total cost is equal to setup cost plus cost per unit into batch size. So setup cost is 2000, batch size is 500 and cost per unit is 50. So 50 into 500 plus constant term 2000 which is common to all will be added, and if you simplify this, this becomes $54. Okay. So you can also see that as the batch size increases, then cost slightly reduced because the setup cost gets divided among more number of units. So batch production example can be something like that. Sometimes we make in restaurant some food, some special dish, okay, which can serve maybe 100 people. So that means that party will come, 100 people will come and they take special type of food, and that becomes one batch, and then after that next batch will come, their requirement may be different. For that another time you can make this one. So this example can be of batch production. Then we are coming to the third type of production method, that is called flow production, where continuous production of standardized products is taking place. Continuously you keep making many things. Like example, cars. Most of the automobile manufacturers have assembly line, and they make in the assembly line one by one. So many cars are getting produced. This one almost every 2 minutes also one car may be coming out of the assembly line. Like that they have made a setup. So characteristic is that low flexibility, because you are making in mass, you don't have much choice. Whatever that car they are producing, you have to choose that. But high efficiency, overall efficiency will be high because everything is set, and it is this one. But it requires significant initial investment for making assembly line, etc. So there will be significant initial investment. That is the characteristic of that. Let us see that some scenario of flow production. Production rate is 100 units per hour. Operating hours are suppose of 8 hours per day. Let us say that only one shift is run in factory and 8 hours are available per day. Operating days are 300 per year. Let us say other days you have Saturday, Sunday and holidays. So what is the annual production? So annual production is that rate into hours per day into days per years. That means 100 units per hour. So how many hours are there? 8 hours per day, but total days are 300. So 8 into 300 into 100. So it will come out to be 2,40,000 units. Like that simple type of top level calculations, decisions everybody can do, and we can find out about flow production. Okay. So flow production examples of course can be like that you are making some machine, there is assembly line, on roller conveyor things are moving from one station to the other station. In between you can put some robots, there can be some human beings also, there can be robot also, there can be some measuring instruments also. So this type of production line may be there. Now let us compare these production methods. So putting the everything together. So if flexibility point of view, job production provides high flexibility, and batch provides medium flexibility, batch production medium flexibility. Flow production provides low flexibility. Efficiency in job production it is low, batch production medium, flow production it is high. Setup cost in job production very low, batch production medium, flow production high. So batch is a medium. Job production is basically used for making custom products, customized, that means as per requirement. And batch production medium volume goods, where volume means quantity or items of the production, that is medium. And in flow production we do mass production. So let us discuss some case studies type of things. Okay. Scenario: a company manufactures 3 type of products. Product A is 100 custom units per year as per job production. Then product B is made in batch production, that is 10,000 units per year in batches of 500. And product C means 5 lakh units per year in flow production, 500,000 units this one. So task is calculate total cost for each method and combined. So for job production, since 100 custom units per year, maybe one takes $1,000, so it is this much. In batch production, similarly somebody may give that cost batch production 10,000 into $50, maybe one product cost $50 and maybe 10,000 maybe the setup cost, maybe 10,000 by 500. Okay, 10,000 units in batches of 5. So that means in one batch how many? 10,000 by 500. Okay, and into one setup may be 10,000. Okay, one setup may be $10,000. So therefore total setup cost is this much. You understand that product is basically we have to make 10,000 units, but it is not made in one batch, it is made in batches of 500. So therefore total batches are 10,000 divided by 500. Each batch setup cost is $10,000. So therefore total setup cost is this one, and variable cost is proportional to the item. So 10,000 into $50, so total comes like that. In flow production, it is 5 lakh units per year, that means 500,000 units per year, and each one if it is costing $10, so 500,000 into $10, this becomes like this, and then you can make a total cost. Like that you can do the cost estimation. So key takeaways are job production is best for customization, batch production balances flexibility and cost, that means it is somewhat, it compromises flexibility, but the cost is also reduced, and flow production is best for efficiency and large volumes. Volume does not mean special volume, volume means quantity of production and something like that. Now we are talking little bit about the layout type of thing. It is a process focused system, okay, that means this type of layout that we have arranged there. This is not a assembly line. Here the machines according to functions we have arranged, like this side you have milling machine, there then some side you have lathe machine, like that. So we will have this type of thing. This is from our workshop, so it is called process focused. We have separate carpentry shop, we have separate machine shop. This is a process focused type of system. We can have all CNC machines and special machines, CNC plus very special machines. Here one electric discharge machine is also there, and these are CNC machines. They have been put in separate facility in air conditioned environment. So this can be process focused type of system, that means according to process you have made, and the jobs will be coming, jobs will be moving from one shop to the other shop. Now in the job production, let us little bit revise more. Job production merits quality is very high, as workers can concentrate on one product. Work variety is high, a person gets lot of experience, thus workers are motivated. Products can be customized with detailed specifications. Skilled labor ensures better quality and value addition to the company. But there are many demerits, like high labor cost, as workers must be skilled in a number of areas. Like I give the example of making a dragon, same man has to do painting also, and same man do the fabrication of the steel structure. So production can be slow due to difficulty of planning, and a wide range of specialist tools, persons and machine may be needed. Then it is expensive and inefficient. Then it is unsuitable for higher batch production, lacks economy of scale. So these are some demerits. In batch production, merits are that workers can be specialized in one process or in only a few processes. Per unit costs are lower and output is higher. Different orders can be met for multiple customers in batches. There is a good scope of automation. Some materials can be reused between batches, thereby reducing waste. Suppose you have made 2 BHK house, and after that you are going to make 3 BHK houses. 2 BHK 50 houses you have made, now 3 BHK 50 houses you will make. In between some material might have been saved by 2 BHK, that same material like cement can be used in 3 BHK also. So that is the meaning of this thing. Some materials can be reused between batches. Demerits are that less motivation, as workers will be more specialized and may find it monotonous. More planning and coordination is needed. More money is tied up in the production process. Setup costs may be high. Small batches can still have high cost. No proper economy of scale. Suppose you have to make 5 houses of 2 BHK, then economy will not be that good. Delayed defect detection may result in the entire batch being discarded, because you made the 50 houses. Now maybe all the customers when they come, they start complaining that kitchen is of very small size, or there is no ventilation, many things can happen, or bathrooms were not proper. So this will be, but you will know already you have made the batches. So those type of things can be there. In job production, one person might have been given one product and he can point out the defect, so that in the second job you don't repeat it. In flow production, merit is that low per unit cost due to economy of scale, rate of production is high, modern technology allows full automation, production speed can be monitored according to demand, efficient production process ensures minimum downtime, but setup costs are very high, tasks can be very repetitive and monotonous, hence low worker motivation, breakdown in production can be very expensive for the business, hence proper maintenance should be there, higher high storage requirement for raw material and finished products if no proper inventory management is there. If inventory management is proper, then as soon as things are produced, they will be dispatched, but otherwise you will be accumulating in your factory and that may give cost. Now there is one thing called mass customization. So mass customization is a manufacturing strategy that combines the efficiency of mass production with the flexibility of customized products. That means I will make the things in mass only, but some special features will be there. So it allows companies to produce goods and services tailored to individual customer preference while still benefiting from the cost efficiency associated with large scale production. So we can give many examples of mass customization, but let us first discuss key features of mass customization. One thing is that personalization. Products or services are adapted to meet specific customer needs or preferences. Then efficiency, it utilizes standardized components and modular design to keep costs low. We make the things in module. Suppose there is a basic machine, but in which two modules are there. Some customer may need only one module, so give that machine with that module. Some may need two modules, give that machine with two modules. Some may need without any module, then you do supply to him like that. Technology integration, it relies heavily on advanced technologies like CAD, CAM. CAD means computer aided design, CAM means computer aided manufacturing, and digital twins etc. for designing, producing and delivering customized products. So it needs new technology, maybe 3D printing, which becomes very efficient for this type of job. Customer involvement, customers are often involved in the design process, such as selecting features or configurations. So these are the features. Now I give some example of mass customization, like Nike by You. Nike allows customers to design their shoes by choosing colors, materials and styles. Okay, that means you can choose color etc. So they will make very carefully that design will be more or less same, but color can be changed. So like that some features they do, so that the base thing can be made in mass, whereas they will allow some flexibility. Dell computers, customers can configure the specifications of their laptops or desktops, including memory, storage and processor. So computers are giving you, but you have a lot of freedom, that flexibility. As per requirement, you can customize it for your purpose, but that doesn't mean that for you a separate motherboard will be made or separate chip will be made. Those chips etc. are produced in mass production only, but they can configure it. If you need more memory, they can give you more memory. If you need more storage, they can give more storage. Customized automobiles, car manufacturers like BMW let buyers choose color. That means basic thing is this one, but you go and tell I need only this color. They can make that. Interiors and additional features. Similarly, online apparel brands, companies like Threadless or Indochino offer customized clothing designs or tailored suits. You may say that the same type of shirt is needed, but instead of one pocket, like I have got one pocket here, but they may say no, I need two pockets. Somebody may say I need pocket here. So those type of changes they can do that. So benefits of mass customization is what? Improved customer satisfaction, tailored products, better meet customer needs, then competitive advantage, differentiates brands in crowded market. You can have different brand, optimized inventory, reduced risk of overstocking unwanted items, because as per customer requirement you are making, so customer will be purchasing, so inventory will be less. But what are the challenges? Complexity in operations, managing diverse customer demands while maintaining efficiency, higher initial investment, it requires advanced technology and flexible manufacturing system. Some flexibility should be there. Like nowadays with 3D printing, you can have some flexibility. Supply chain management, coordination across the supply chain becomes more complex. These are some challenges also. So, types of mass customization means collaborative customization. Customers work with companies to design a product that meets their specific needs. If you do this type of thing, that is called collaborative customization. Both customers and company are collaborating. Adaptive customization, a standard product is designed to be adjusted by the user, like adjustable office chair, that product is there but some adjustment can be done. Transparent customization, products are tailored for the customer without explicit request, but they are making for different this one. And cosmetic customization, standard products are presented differently to various customers. For example, personalized packaging, or maybe just one t-shirt is there, your name can be written in a different way. That means everybody's name may be different, so they can print. So that means this is cosmetic customization. Now also we tell that mass production was basically started by Ford. Ford Motors was very old. In fact, the first mass producing company for automobile car. So he gave the concept of mass production with lower prices and higher wages, spread worldwide, influencing industrial practices and innovations, higher productivity and improved living standards. So these concepts are still being used. So this one we have finished, and now I conclude my lecture by giving a very numerical type of example, simple one. Suppose a customer, as I have said, let us say that there are pros and cons for this one features. Job production has flexibility, this is batch production has medium flexibility, like that. Let us say two type of production systems are there, okay. Maybe they may be, both may be mass production, but one is expensive and another is slightly less expensive, okay. But let us say production cost, this is production rate. So rate of production fast, and suppose here rate of production is slow. Now management has to take a decision which system one has to employ. So there are conflicting things, that one production speed will be fast but it will be expensive, other production speed will be somewhat slow but less expensive. So as I told in my previous class, you can assign membership grade. Suppose in expensive category, suppose you have two things, expensive and another thing is that production rate, and in these two things you may have say option 1, okay, and then it is option 2, okay, option 2. So expensive category, suppose membership grade comes out to be, because it is expensive, so it will cost more money. So suppose you give 0.7 rating to this, 0.7, but here it is less expensive, so you can give 0.9, and here production rate wise you can give the rating here, because production rate is very high, so very much desirable, so you can give 0.9 here, and here in option 2 here it may be production is slow, so you 0.6, okay. Now you want both the objectives to be satisfied, you may make a suitable criteria, like you can say overall performance index is that minimum of the membership grade. So option 1 will be that because it is in expensive set it is 0.7, in production rate it is 0.9. So, minimum of them is 0.7 and here option 2 minimum is 0.6 because 0.6 and 0.9. So, therefore, what happens that naturally option 2 is inferior from this point of view. Okay. So, you can have this type of, so this is called non-compensating strategy because I am considering that overall rating for option 1 or option 2 is dependent on the poorly performing aspect, like its membership grade in expensive was 0.7. So, overall membership also came 0.7. Its membership grade in production rate was 0.6. So, it also came out to be 0.6 here. So, this is how that we can do numerical type of examples. We will be doing slowly in each class, maybe that small problems and which will enable you for solving the assignments, etc. Okay, thank you very much.